In the dead of night, a fleet of U.S. naval vessels departed from San Diego on a mission shrouded in secrecy. What intelligence officials are calling a strategic repositioning has Beijing issuing its strongest warning in years. This unprecedented movement comes at a time when tensions in the Indo-Pacific region have reached their highest point in decades. Sources within the Department of Defense suggest this operation has been in planning for months, waiting for the precise moment to execute. The USS Ronald Reagan carrier strike group, accompanied by 3 destroyers and 2 submarines, set course for the Western Pacific without public announcement. Pentagon sources confirm this is the largest undisclosed naval movement in over a decade. The carrier alone houses over 5,000 personnel and 90 aircraft, representing one of the most powerful military assets in the world. Naval intelligence indicates additional support vessels joined the formation at sea, suggesting a mission far more complex than routine patrol operations. Satellite imagery obtained exclusively shows the fleet positioning near international waters off the Philippine Sea. Military analysts say this puts American firepower within striking distance of strategic flashpoints. The positioning is no coincidence. This area serves as a critical junction for multiple shipping lanes and holds immense geopolitical significance. Advanced radar systems aboard these vessels can now monitor activities across hundreds of miles, providing real-time intelligence on regional movements. Congressional leaders were briefed in a classified session, with some emerging visibly shaken. Senator Mitchell told reporters, "The American people deserve to know what's happening in our name." Social media erupted with speculation as military families reported sudden communication blackouts with deployed personnel. National security experts appearing on major networks expressed deep concern about the lack of transparency surrounding the operation's true objectives. China's response was swift and unprecedented, deploying its own naval assets and issuing a formal diplomatic protest. The Chinese Foreign Ministry called it a dangerous provocation that threatens regional stability. Within hours, Beijing mobilized its Type 055 destroyers, considered among the most advanced warships in the world. State media in China ran 24-hour coverage, framing the American deployment as an act of aggression that demands a strong response. Within 48 hours, both nations had warships within visual range of each other for the first time since 2001. Defense officials confirm multiple close encounters, describing the situation as extremely tense. Radio communications between the fleets have been minimal, with both sides maintaining radio silence except for mandatory safety protocols. Military historians note the current standoff bears disturbing similarities to incidents that have previously led to international crises. Intelligence sources reveal the deployment was triggered by intercepted communications, suggesting imminent activity in the Taiwan Strait. What exactly was intercepted remains classified, but insiders describe it as deeply concerning. NSA analysts working around the clock detected unusual patterns in Chinese military communications 3 weeks prior to the deployment. The intercepted data allegedly included references to specific dates and coordinates that aligned with strategic locations around Taiwan. Former Pacific Fleet Commander Admiral Richardson warns we're entering uncharted territory. "This isn't just posturing," he states. "Both sides are preparing for scenarios we haven't seen since the Cold War." Strategic think tanks have published emergency briefings outlining potential escalation pathways, each more concerning than the last. Military readiness levels across allied nations in the region have been quietly elevated, indicating coordinated preparations for multiple contingencies. The White House maintains this is routine operations, but diplomatic channels tell a different story. Allies across the Pacific are quietly activating contingency plans, bracing for what could come next. Japan has placed its self-defense forces on heightened alert, while Australia has recalled key diplomatic personnel for emergency consultations. Economic markets are beginning to react, with defense stocks surging and uncertainty spreading through international trade networks. As both superpowers refuse to blink, the world watches the Pacific with held breath. The question isn't if tensions will escalate further, but when and how far both sides are willing to go. Behind closed doors, crisis management teams in Washington and Beijing are gaming out scenarios that range from diplomatic resolution to armed conflict. What happens in the next 72 hours could determine the course of international relations for a generation, with consequences that will ripple across the globe.